1130 podcast. It's Odie Breeze, baby. Dre on wheels. You know it. Now where you was when a nigga was messed up? Where you was I was at, on man? My ass. I was stuck in a tree. Ain't nobody help me out. Ain't nobody help me down. I was faded. I was drinking. I was popping the molly. I wasn't thinking. But I'm grown now, so it's back to the basics. I'm living my life, and this love is amazing. Where you was?
Yo, what it do, everybody? This your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Welcome back, you guys, to a new episode of the 1130 podcast. What's good? How everybody doing out there? Appreciate you guys joining me back here for a new episode. You dig, man? But it's the nighttime. You know, you guys not joining me at the normal time. This is 11:30 at night, so we about to get it on. This is about to be a very, very fun episode. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Appreciate it so much. Also, don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. But you guys, man, this week's episode, man, like I said, is going to be a very fun one. This one is a all-male panel, you guys. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff, you know, from relationships to sex, man, because, you know, I talk about a lot of stuff on the podcast, but, you know, I started dig deep in, you know, what people really want to, you know, hear and really want to talk about. And we all grown, so, hey, ain't no shying away from it. But you guys, man, I got my guy Gatorlive all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, man. Sibo from Kansas City, in the Bay Area with my man Rhyno and Terry. They are from the Get It Off Your Chest podcast, you guys. They're going to be joining me here on the podcast. Also, you guys, my guy Chris from the Conversing with Chris and Misa podcast, he's going to be joining me here on the podcast too, man. So some fellow former guests here on the podcast and some new guys, man. So it's going to be fun. But before I get to that, I want to shout out my guy who was on last week, my man Justin. He's a YouTuber. Talk to Me Nice YouTube channel. Go check it out, you guys. But once again, you guys, like I was saying, here it's a panel, you guys. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. So this is going to be a very, very fun episode. But how everybody doing, man? You know, whoever want to go first, but how everybody doing?
Hey, man, we ready, man. So, you know, we got to turn up one time for the weekend, ended it off right. So I appreciate y'all for having us here, man. Get Off Your Chest podcast with me, myself, Rhyno, and Sibo. You know, so we about to get it cracking, man. We ready to get it going. Let's go.
Okay, that's what's up. Like I was saying, Chris and my man Gatorlive, former guest here on the 1130 podcast, and I got my guys down below, Terry, my guy Rhyno and Sibo from the Get It Off Your Chest podcast. Before we move on, can you guys, you know, introduce yourselves?
Go ahead, cuz you take it away, man.
It was good, everybody. Your boy CJ. I appreciate you for having us on, man. Blessings.
Rhyno, do your thing, man. Your host of the show, Get Off Your Chest podcast. Want to also shout out our sponsor, blackgin.com. Make sure y'all go check that out. We just came out of No Shave November, so if you need some grooming products, whether you're male or female, definitely get over there, man. Get y'all some stuff. They got combs, soap. They even got coffee, man. They got everything you need. Take care of yourself. We all got beards, so make sure y'all get over there, man. Get Off Your Chest podcast, man. We here, so we appreciate it, definitely.
Okay, that's what's up. Gatorlive, what's going on with you, my bro?
Yo, what's going on? Alligator Aloysius Vita at your service, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the building today, and No Shave November is actually really important to me. I did my donation to the American Cancer Society, and I still ain't cut my beard yet because I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm actually going to let it go. But to be completely honest, I'm part of the Apache tribe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got Apache here, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird, but I'm working on it. I'm struggling with it, but I'm working on it. I'll probably get it shaved up tonight. Anyway, co-host of the Dial 5 podcast with Ralston McGee on every Saturday. You can find us on YouTube and also on Facebook. And then Dope Discussions with Erica, that's every Sunday night. I'm the co-hostess with the mostest on that night. So, you know, we just keep it real and we try to give you that dope every Sunday. So I'm glad to be here, man.
That's what's up. My man Chris, what's going on with you, bro?
What's good, broski? Glad to be back. Thank you for having me on today. Representing 915 El Paso, Texas, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Go check that out. You already know what to do. Subscribe, like, follow, let's get this, bro. Let's get into this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Like you guys already know, this week's episode, of course, a panel full of guys, man. We're going to give our point of views, man, here on this late night episode, man. Just relationships, man, and just sex and what's going on, man. First and foremost, man, for those who are in a relationship right now, how everybody's relationship going?
Be straight, bro.
Go ahead. Go.
I'm actually married. So
Okay,
I've been married for
okay.
7.5, 8 years now, coming up on. So
man,
it's a ride, man. It's a ride. I appreciate it. It's a ride.
That's what's
You know,
up.
but
That's what's up.
When
That's
it comes
good.
to relationships now, I done been through everything and in between. So I'm ready to
Okay.
get into this with y'all. This should be interesting.
Okay, cool. Okay. Chris, how's everything going? Going good?
Yeah, you already know my girl. She's been on the podcast a few times.
Yeah.
You've talked to her a few times, so we're still good here in Texas. Like, there's a thing called common law marriage when you live with somebody for so many years. That's essentially where we're at. So we're good. We're chilling. But yeah,
Okay.
relationships are a fucking crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, they are crazy, man. They are crazy. I'm gonna start with my man Terry. You say you've been married for about 7 years. So I want to ask you, man, and start with you. What's your thoughts on relationships, man, and your thoughts basically on relationships now in 2022?
Like we talk about all the time, you know, we cover this a lot on the podcast, man, with it being 2020. And, you know, social media is a very big aspect of destruction of relationships. And I say that because everybody's so fast to put their business online. Everyone knows everybody. And I guess social media is one of them things to vent on when it's not supposed to be. So 2020 relationships, they're pretty short, man. We don't have a lot of those long-term grandmother-mother marriages where it's just like we've been together for 20 years, we going strong. I think, you know, the future holds something really thin in regards to that type of relationships nowadays because of social media. But I mean, it's one of them things to where it depends on the person, the type, and the place. Like if you're one of them strong-minded people that still believe in those beliefs of the olden times where you woo and sue a woman every day, and you're not so worried about what everybody else got to think, you know, your relationship gonna go strong. But if you're one of those people that care about everything that everybody got to say, you got to put on for a show, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a real short ride for you and yours. And long-term relationships are not really a thing anymore, I feel like.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Well, like you said, you've been married for 7 years. Wow. What's any advice that you got for any guys out there who are maybe just getting into a marriage, you know, for the last 7 years?
Well, Cuzzo, which is CJ, you know, he's newly married, been in with his wife for a while, and him being a newlywed, and me being kind of long term, he still went through some of the things that I've went through in regards to marriage is an everyday thing. It's not just like we married, shit gonna get easy. Everybody say the first 5 years is horrible. Like, it's nothing really like that. Marriage is an everyday consistency thing. Marriage changes every day. You have to learn your spouse. You have to really understand each other. And that's why they say, you know what I'm saying, moving in with somebody first is always the right thing to do. And not getting married, then go by. No, you need to move in with that person first, because you don't know, they may not even change their drawers. But when they're around you, they may change their drawers. You know what I'm saying? They may brush their teeth a little weird. They may hawk. They may brush their tongue a little loud. You don't know something about a person unless you live with them, man. And that's one of the things, like, earlier on in my marriage, I had to understand, like, this is a woman that I chose to be with, and I have to learn her traits. I have to learn her faults, and I have to encourage her to do some of the things that she may not be used to, and she has to encourage me to do things that I may not be used to. And marriage is one of them things. It's kind of like planting a seed, man. You got to constantly water that and take care of it, nurture it, and, you know, for future references, so it'll sprout to be something great. And that's why I feel like, you know, saying my marriage is an up and down hill. Shots be fired, but it's marriage at the end of the day, man. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
Okay. My man Gatorlive, of course, he got the conversing. I'm talking about conversing with Chris. Gatorlive got dope discussions with Erica, and they talk about a lot on relationships, though. Gatorlive, what's your thoughts on relationships now?
Man, the biggest thing in relationships, dude, is communication, man. I mean, if you don't have open lines of communication in your relationship, then you're lost. because, you know, a lot of people say that trust is a big factor, and it is. Trust is really big, but, you know, communication is just as big. If you can't understand where I'm coming from, and if I can't understand where you're coming from, then we're bound to fail. So I think that's the main thing in any relationship. You've got to keep those communication lines open. You know, I've been divorced before. You know, I mean, I understand what it's like to be a newlywed and make mistakes, because I made mistakes. I definitely did that. But like, you know, and one of the biggest mistakes that I made was, you know, I would just say, okay, I'm just supposed to put up with this. I'm just supposed to deal with this. Or, you know, I wasn't open about how I felt with stuff. I wasn't completely transparent about how I felt about a lot of things. And, you know, in the end, it came back to bite me. You know, it wasn't all her fault. They had a lot of things that I did that was like, dang, I could have did that better, you know? But if I would have communicated and just been open from the get-go, everything would have been cool. So the advice I give to anybody starting a new relationship, you know, getting into a marriage, anything like, hell, I give this advice to anybody who's been in a marriage for 20 years. Keep the lines of communication open, because at the end of the day, if you can't talk to this person and you can't make them feel where you coming from, then your relationship gonna go down the drain anyway.
Okay. Conversing with Chris this time. My man Chris, what's your thoughts? Is communication a big factor in relationships?
Yeah, dude, of course. It's probably the main thing that's probably like the main reason why people fight, because they just have these little arguments where they're not understanding where people are coming from. And then it turns into a big fucking deal and then it blows up. So like, I'm going to just be short with it. But the biggest thing, man, is just don't overreact and don't like act out of anger and emotion, because that's when things are said or done that cannot be like undone. And those things can be really impactful. And also just be considerate and, you know, like don't just think for yourself. If you're in a relationship, think about the other person. That's the basic shit right there.
Okay. You guys got great points, man. Great points. I understand. But we're going to talk about a big factor, man. Sex, man. Get all my guys' point of views, man. I'm going to start with my man Sibo. Sex, man. What is too much sex?
Too much.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I know.
You asking the wrong dude about what's too much sex. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, it can never be too much sex. Never. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah, like I said, when you ask the wrong dude, it depends on you though. You know what I'm saying? It's your personal preference. You know, sometimes like for me, it ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready to go instantly, and I only say that because there's gonna be a point in time where I ain't gonna be able to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? So I like to take advantage of my youth while I got it. They said, you know what I'm saying? My wife do too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a point in time where we're going to have more than just, we just can't have sex like that no more. That's why, like I said, communication, one thing about it is, me and my wife, like, if we got anything to say, we say it right then and there. We get it off our chest right then and there. I don't let that shit go a day, a week. No, we're going to talk about it right then and there, because I refuse to let it blow up into something even worse. You know, even if emotions high, we walk away for a second, come back and talk about it. But I don't let that shit, you know what I'm saying, render wrong. But about the sex, man, yeah, man, it ain't too much for me. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's too much if you going with multiple women. Now that's a dangerous game you playing right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if you with your one partner and y'all both share the same chemistry, like y'all both love sex, good money. So it ain't too much for me personally.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey man, sex is one of them things. It's like, can you really explain what sex is? I mean, if especially when you're married, because it's like you got in-house pussy. There's a difference. There's a difference. You got in-house pussy. Now, when you dating and shit like that, you really ain't got in-house pussy. But when you got in-house pussy, I can sit down here, play my game, chill. Like, yeah, I'm about to go upstairs and smack some ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do that. But I mean, it's. I don't think there's ever such thing as too much sex, man. I mean, when I was younger, yeah, maybe you was getting a little too much. You know, maybe when my ex was getting it in like rabbits every day. But I don't think it's a such thing, man. I know when you get married, it kind of slows down a little bit, but it gives you time to be more creative when you marry. And everybody stop believing the hype. When you get married, you lose the sexual attraction. Hey, stop all that bullshit. We're not doing all that. If you're a creative person and you like sex, it's a lot of people that don't really care for sex. It's really like that. That really happens. But when you love sex, you like sex, and you feel like that's a part of the relationship, you're going to do things. You're going to think of things. You're going to be creative to be spontaneous. So you and especially if your partner's on the same page, you're going to do things to make each other feel more creative together. And when it comes together as one, it's going to be magical, man. And you're not going to get tired of it. Okay. But when you're in the dating phase, that's different. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got in-house pussy. You got to call the chicks. And hey, I'm on my period. Well, motherfucker, gone. I got to move on to the next. But nah, too much sex. Ain't never such thing as too much sex, man. It's one of them things. It's emotional. It's a connection, especially when you're really into it. If you're just not out there just fucking like rabbits. But it's different when you're married, man. It's definitely different when you're married, but never too much sex.
Okay. Chris. Okay, Chris.
Well, let's see what Mike's got to say about this. I want to hear Mike.
Okay.
So I am the single dude. Both of these motherfuckers, but as a single person, there is such thing as too much sex because you going through multiple women, multiple people each and every day, and there's no connection. And to me, sex with another person is something you want to build a connection with emotionally, and it's not really all about physical. I know for a fact it's all about if you're attracted to that person, because I even said it on the podcast, like I'm always into the person's mind and their personality than their looks, which is not really true. To me, I would rather have sex with somebody who I'm attracted with, and I know I can deal with. By the time, that's why I'm still single.
Okay. Chris or Gator, whatever, which one of you guys?
I got it real fast, and then I'll throw it to Gator. I won't be very long on this. I mean, this is all just like a personal preference for everybody, but at the same time, you still have to respect like your spouse and whatever they want to do. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, sometimes with careers and school and kids and whatever, there's not always the mood, I would say, but it's up to you to keep that like going and eventually, like, once you get older, like CJ was saying, like he's not going to be able to smash it out every day. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so like you got to take advantage, like he was saying. So it's all good, but I mean it just depends. And then another thing too is I'm sure when you have kids, I don't have kids, but when you have kids, I'm sure that shit gets a lot harder because now you don't want your little kid like walking in and being like, yo, why is dad on top of mom again? What the fuck, bro? So like, I don't know, dude, but it's important in relationships for sure. But that's all I got on that. So I'll throw this to Gator. Let's see what you got, man.
Well, first thing I'll say, I'm a single guy too. I will say this. There's never too much sex. I will say that. But, I am now a seasoned veteran in the game. Like, now I'm 42 years old, right? So pussy don't mean as much to me right now. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about the sex though. Understand this. It ain't the sex I'm talking about. The pussy don't mean that much. That means like when I was younger, it was all about the conquest. And I had to go get this chick. 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 So to me right now, I just want to have somebody that's going to be super, super solid. That we going to be able to say, oh, are we on the same level? Okay, good. Because you can have a badass body and I'd be like, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind smashing, but you got problems, go with you too. Let me find somebody who actually got something about themselves. So as much as I like sex, I want to find that diamond, and I'm more patient with it now. Like I don't ruin relationships because I want to smash now. Now you catch me 20 years ago, it's a completely different monster. I could count, I can't even count how many relationships I messed up because I was trying to smash. But now it don't even mean nothing to me. The biggest thing is there's not too much sex, but make sure that the person you're having sex with is the person that you feel like I can be with. I can chill with this person. There's potential with this person, you know, because at the end of the day, if my dick don't get hard no more in 10 years, then, and she got to change my diapers, the sex ain't gonna even matter. But that's me talking as a 42-year-old.
That's facts.
You know?
Oh man.
No, that is facts, dude. Because like life happens, people get older and shit. You know what I mean? And that's like the reality of like being in a relationship. Like it's not always gonna be the good times. Like you're gonna go through some fucking shit, especially if you make it to those latter years in life. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, dude, for holding it down for all the OGs out there. Gator, shout out to you for that.
Yeah. That's that's a cool point. That's a cool point. Well, all of us, man, as guys, man, we always say, man, imagination, you know, leave everything, you know, for the imagination, you know. And with Instagram out right now, is imagination worth it now?
I mean, we had talked about this on about like the OnlyFans stuff, right? So like now it seemed like it went from Instagram famous to OnlyFans famous. And there's really no imagination. So it's like the question is like, would you date a girl, a woman, a lady that has an OnlyFans? Like, would you date someone like that? And it really breaks down to where it's like, I can see you online. Like there's nothing special about you. The only thing that can still intrigue me is your mind. And it's like at the same time, if you got an OnlyFans, I really don't want to get into your mind. You know, I just want to see the body and keep it pushing. But that's what they have nowadays. Like back 10, 20 years ago, we didn't have this type of technology. We couldn't just be like, oh, damn, I want to talk to this chick. I want to see what she looked like. I want to do all this. Let me get online. You can't do that. You can do that now, though, and you can see the whole frame. Mm-hmm. And there's no mystery anymore. Like there's no, damn, I need to do all this to get in there to make sure I see what. No, there's none of that because of OnlyFans, Instagram, models, all the fake shit. It's so easy to get ass shots. It's so easy to get boobs. It's so easy to get all that shit. It's just like, what's the journey? There's no journey anymore. I can just turn around and click a button and I see everything about you.
Right about that. Anybody else got a point?
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's like a situation. I you know, telling on myself, I done dated a few strippers in my life. I was damn near engaged to one, right? So yeah, I feel like OnlyFans is kind of the same game and the same hustle. It depends on whether or not like we was together and then she decided to start an OnlyFans, or if I met her on OnlyFans.
Right.
You feel me? So if it's a scenario where that's a hustle for her, that's how she get her hustle, then I'm not really hating on it. Like, okay, you do OnlyFans. All right, cool. I mean, I'm getting the pussy at night, so yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, especially because I see some of them checks from them OnlyFans girls, man. They get bread.
They
you know what I'm saying? So if you sitting there and look, let's go get us a financial advisor and a CPA, and let's go ahead and make sure that your money that you make, you know what I'm saying? Because you a bad bitch. And look, I'm gonna be walking in the mall proud. I got a bad bitch on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that, because guess what? What you got and what you are contributing to this relationship is gonna help us build a solid future. You ain't gotta do OnlyFans for 10 years, you know, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, I just feel like it's not that big a deal. It really ain't. You know, shoot. I mean, I be wishing I could go out there and shake some of my OnlyFans. You know, I'm pretty sure I could. I know they got a teddy bear section on there somewhere.
Hey, man, you can get on there and make some buttered toast and make money. You know, it depends on your preference.
Right. So I can't hate on her. I can't hate on her at all. You know, go ahead and do your thing, girl.
Okay. I hear you, man. I hear you. Hey, I gotta ask you guys, man. How do you know when she's playing?
Yeah, when she started funny, especially if you with this woman for a long time, you kind of know her ways. You kind of know, especially if y'all let together, you kind of pretty much know her schedule. When she start doing shit out the ordinary, that's a sign. When she like, this is one example. This is how I call the bitch cheating. She start doing shit like this random shit out the blue, like to try to make me feel good. Just keep in mind, this bitch ain't never did this shit before. Excuse me. This woman ain't never did this shit before. So that it just got down on me like, man, something ain't right. Something ain't right. She just doing this shit just I ain't asking for it. I said, and this ain't never been there. So I just happened to just look at the phone. Just because I'm not even the guy who look at the phone. But something just told me, just look at the damn phone. I looked at it. First of all, she's one of the dumbest motherfuckers I know to keep the shit in there. I seen that shit. I said, I thought, no wonder why you was doing all this shit on the fly. You was trying to play me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you could have just said something from the jump, you know, instead of us being in some type of relationship and then you want to play me. You know what I'm saying? So I let it be. But that's one way you can tell the goddamn size, man. They be out all late. They say they going over there. Friend house, they sister house. This is what they call them, they sisters. That's some bullshit.
Okay.
Man, you can pick up the sign, you know, with women is slick too. Women is motherfucking slick. I'm gonna tell you like that. They are slick.
Way more slicker than men.
Just like every criminal, they slip up. So those are some ways you could tell when you getting played.
Okay.
Shit, matter of fact, I got even more.
I mean, shit, cuz basically covered it, man. You start changing up. I mean, it's kind of hard. Like, as men, you know, we look at ourselves and we think we one of the slickest creatures in the world because we do shit. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, women are way more slicker than men, man. Way more slicker than men. Especially if it's a lot of these women out here that have been cheated on, and they just want to play the game too. And they done been played on, so they know the game. So they gonna move just as creepy, sneaky as you are. And hide the shit just as fast as you are. And then technology don't make it any easier. Shit, Snapchat deletes messages.
Yeah.
Delete messages. Dick pic, boom, gone. Instant. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it ain't hard. It ain't hard, man. If you with a woman for so long, and like I've been with my wife for well over 12 years. And I know her patterns. You know, I know our patterns. I mean, there is a such thing as changing up emotionally and physically. Things happen in life to where we change. We know that. But if there was something like really crazy going on, I would feel like I would pick it up. I ain't gonna say I would pick it up. I would feel like I would pick it up. But then again, you never know, man. You never know. Okay. But yeah, women are some sneaky creatures.
Okay.
Man, yeah, women are definitely, and I'm gonna say something, and some of the guys may not agree with this though, but men are more trusting than women. Like, women are slick, but they know that men trust them more. Like, you're not gonna suspect your good girl of going out there and getting digged down by the neighbor. That's not something that we do. You know, now a girl, all you got to do is come home 15 minutes late, and they tripping like who you was with. You know. So I think girls get away with that a lot more, man. I really do think that it is, you know, like your boy said, it's all about the patterns, man. Just really, if you with somebody for a while, you start to know exactly how they move. At least you should be paying attention to how they move. And if they start doing something different, then it's time to evaluate. Then it's time to check phones. Then it's time to be like, okay, wait a minute. You say you was at your girl house, but then you say you was at Rhonda house. Then you say you was at Shaniqua house. Who house you was at? Start catching them. You know, you have to start really analyzing those patterns and paying attention. If the one thing I can say about men, once men start feeling like they getting played, 9 times out of 10, they getting played.
Good ass way to put it.
It's time to go ahead and start checking phones and really start looking at what she doing.
Okay. Mike, you got something to say, man?
I mean, it's a lot of good knowledge out here, a lot of good game that y'all cooking and stuff. But same thing with CJ. I do notice the patterns. I know from my past. I know if the person like the girl I'm talking to, the girl I was talking to, like if their whole energy towards you starts to change, you start trying to joke around and make her laugh, and then she's taking a little bit like stuff that you guys used to laugh about, and she started taking it like getting like really sensitive and personal about it. And like I just figured that's just a way of her trying to distance yourself from her and trying to push. She's trying to push you away from her, and I noticed that. And usually, I mean, I usually get angry. I used to, like, when I was younger, I used to get angry about that. I used to get angry because I thought I'd be losing people. And I just, like, really just learned that I learned that we have to really focus on ourselves, focus on what we're doing. Are we still making sure we right? Ourselves are we right? And whatever we're working towards, is it progressing, and not worried about a relationship right now. And that's how I'm viewing it right now as a single person. I'm not really worried about it.
Okay.
And I'm not, and to touch on the sex part, I'm like really not worried about sex right now. Who I'm going to fuck next, who I'm fucking next, because I'm trying to get my shit together. I'm trying to get my stuff running.
Hey, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. I dig it, man. I dig it. But you guys, man, we gonna move on here on the 11:30 podcast. Me and my guy Terry was chatting. He brought up a great video that's out there, and I heard a lot of people talking about it. Terry, if you want to dive into it, man, and I'm gonna ask the boys, man, their little point of views, man, and what they thoughts on it.
Well, yeah, it was actually brought to me by CJ. In our little group chat, he put the video in there, man. It was a crazy video. I forgot the guy's name. Can't give him a shout out on YouTube, but it was basically him explaining to another woman about where her standards should lie in regards to her rating and what she had going on. She was she a single mom? Single mom, guys? She a single mom?
Yeah, she was a single mom. Had a 13-year-old. And his name Kevin Samuels on YouTube.
Kevin, yeah. But yeah, so he basically was breaking her down to why do women try to go above and beyond for men that they're not. What's the word? I don't want to get no backlash, because women that start attacking, man. But basically for women that they're not
out their league, bro.
Men that are out of these women's league. Like a lot of women want a 6-figure man, no kids.
Let me be honest with you. You on a scale of 1 to 10, how was she? Come on, let's be honest.
1 to 10, let's be real. Let's be real.
Looking
at her, and what's crazy, she said without makeup.
Exactly. When I showed the video to my fiance, she was like, "Ooh, that's what she looked like with makeup." So I mean,
she looked like a chipmunk. I mean, I'm just saying.
And then she was like,
crawled out of the tree.
Though, like,
I'm sorry.
Was he being mean? Did he come off a little bit too wrong though?
No, he was being real, man, and that's what people fail to understand. He was giving her 100% honesty. And she was still looking at it. She still turned around and said, like, I need help. What can you help me with? And he's like, I already done said what I can help you with. I done told you what you need. And she still, like, went on to try to, so I think she was trying to screen record him a little bit or whatever the case may be. But it's like, man, he was being 100% honest. Baby, you ain't getting no 6-figure dude, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You got a baby daddy. You got a 13-year-old kid. You ain't about to get no 6-figure. They're not checking for you. Mm-hmm. And that's what type of society we live in.
I saw it. I think I did see this video yesterday. Man, look, I think women do have to kind of come to that conclusion. Like, hey, I'm living a pipe dream right now. Dudes, we used to that. I know I can't go out. Well, you can't tell me I can't go out there and bag Beyonce right now. But in my heart of hearts, you know what I'm saying? I know that might not be on my level. But I'll be like, okay, I will still shoot my shot or whatever. Women, they'll sit there and be like, oh, that's what I'm waiting. Look, I ain't taking nothing less. Oh, you only make $70,000 a year? I want a 6-figure nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Women will do stuff like that. And it's like, okay, you just passed up on something good because you dreaming about, Jay-Z, or you dreaming about some of these other dudes, or Robert Smith or somebody. Women are really bad about that. And I think I think we do boost women's ego sometimes a little bit too much, because all a woman got to do is post a video on Instagram with her halfway naked. And dudes, queen, how you doing? You so beautiful. You so gorgeous. I can't believe, bruh. Next time you go to your Instagram, when you see one of them fine chicks, just look at the comments. Mm-hmm. And the dudes who and she might not even be bad. She might be semi-bad. Like, she might be a 6. But all she got to do is wear some booty shorts. beautiful queen, I can't believe that you're just, gracing my timeline. I can't believe, what I'm saying? We boost these women's head up. I feel like we need as men to make an initiative to make sure we stop doing that, because maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll curb some of the issues that we have going on. And we won't have that type of video no more. These women will realize, maybe I'm not all that, or I got to work on myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good point of view, man. Good point of view. But you guys, man, I appreciate everybody joining me here, man, all over the panel, man, from Get It Off Your Chest podcast, conversing with Chris and Misa, my man, Down 5, Gatorlive. I appreciate everybody joining me here. Sit tight. We're going to take a quick, short break here on the 11:30 podcast. When we come back, man, we're going to play a game, and we're going to have some more fun, man, here on the 11:30 podcast, man. Sit tight. We'll be right back.
You have a lot to say. Maybe you've thought, I should start a podcast. Meet Anchor, the easiest way to make a podcast ever. It's a powerful mobile app and web tool that lets you record a podcast anywhere and distribute it everywhere. It's great whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out. And it's 100% free. You can record your show straight into Anchor on your phone, iPad, or the web, using any mic you want. Record alone or with friends or co-hosts anywhere in the world. You can add background music and transitions, and your listeners can send you voice messages that you can incorporate right into your next episode. If you want to produce your show using another app, you can upload your own audio directly from web or mobile, and still take advantage of Anchor's totally free podcast hosting. Once your podcast is ready to publish, Anchor can automatically distribute it to every major podcast platform. That includes Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, so your listeners can hear your show wherever they want. And on the web, you can see detailed analytics about how people are listening. Plus, you'll get a great-looking profile page where anyone can listen to your podcast or subscribe to it. And if you want to ask your audience to support your work, Anchor makes it easy to collect monthly payments from the people who love your podcast and want to see it grow. You really don't need a recording studio, expensive equipment, or a bunch of technical knowledge to deal with a podcast feed. Just get started and join the diverse community of podcasters already on Anchor. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
Yo, you guys, welcome back here to the 11:30 podcast. Appreciate you guys sticking with me throughout the commercial break. Yo, you guys, man, I got a guys full of panel. I got a panel full of guys, man. Let me get it right. I'm excited. It's a great show going on. A panel full of guys. My man Chris, Gatorlive, my man Terry, Sibo, Mike. We all here chopping it up. Just talking some relationships and sex, some adult talk, man. That's why I decided to drop this episode at 11:30, man, at night. So I appreciate you guys enjoying the show and just sticking with me, man. But we're back on the show. I think Terry was saying it a little bit earlier in the show, man. Just living with people and just quarantining and stuff. I want to dive into something here, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts throughout the quarantine. If you guys have been stuck in the house with Bay.
I actually haven't completely stuck in the house. I still have to go to work and stuff, so I do get out fairly often. But luckily I still have a job, so I'm good on that. So that's all I want to say, because I haven't really been actually quarantined this whole fucking time. You know what I mean? I've been still going out and doing shit.
Okay. Anybody else?
Like you said, my job is essential, so I really ain't been stuck in the house too much. And my wife, her job is essential too, so we really ain't been stuck. But I ain't gonna lie, I've been out. I ain't even gonna sit up here like I just been sitting in the house. But when I say I go out, I don't go to none of these places where it be too over damn crowded anymore. I've just been in the house lately, recently. Terry, he used to tell me, sit my ass down all the time. You want to talk about somebody quarantine? that motherfucker been quarantined.
Okay, I just want to give you guys thoughts, man. Been some crazy times right now where a lot of people can't stay in the house with their own baby. So when you're in the house now with them for months and months at a time, you're learning the new shit they do and stuff. So Gator, you got anything to say about that one?
Well, I haven't had the Bay experience on quarantine, but I can tell you that I've had a couple of friends and family, man, whose relationships have broken up during this whole thing because they realize, dang, I'm at home with this. I don't really like you that much, And I think that when you are in circumstances like that, that's when you really find out how well you and your partner actually click together, Like I said, I've had a couple of people who, one of my partners, he had a engagement breakup behind it. Like they just at home all the time. And they realize, dang, our interaction ain't really what it need to be. Dang, I need to get out of this situation. So, I mean, it was good and bad for people. Okay. I think it was actually a good thing. Before you made that mistake, now you learn.
Okay. I just wanted to throw that in and ask you guys some point of views if you guys have been stuck in the house with Babe. Also, you guys, go check out Little David on the YouTube. Executive producer Mia. This is her advertisement spot. She has a series on YouTube where, the first episode basically talks about in quarantine in the house all day and stuff like that. So, you got to work through that. Little David is on YouTube. Check it out, you guys. And shout out to the executive producer, Mia, from New York.
Oh, yeah, about that. How many times she done curved you now?
But you guys, man, we're going to move on here on the 1130 podcast. I got a bunch of guys, man, here. Just chilling, chopping it up on the panel. We're going to play a game of Would You Rather. You guys down to play a game?
Yeah. Yo, Dre, real fast. Before we do that, dude, I was looking this up real fast. You know how there's those advocacy groups that there's hotlines for domestic violence, if something's happening and you have nowhere to go. I saw this little article that those advocacy groups are reporting that calls have increased by 71% this year and they're saying because of COVID, because people are locked down, like you said, dude. Right. That's fucking crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
I just Googled that right now just to see, and dude, there you go. Okay, we can play a game now, guys. Sorry, but yeah, I just had to I was like, damn, let's check this shit out, and then boom, 71%. Here we go.
Yeah, seems like people can't stay in the house, man. Together. It's crazy though. But we're gonna play a game of Would You Rather, man. Here. We're gonna start off. You guys ready?
Let's go.
All right. Would you rather have a bad relationship but great sex life, or a soulmate but bad sex life?
That sounds like I hate you, Jody.
I hate you, Jody. I hate you, Jody.
That's sound.
I'm going with the soulmate.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the soulmate, man.
Soulmate.
Okay.
It's gonna be peaceful, man. It's gonna be peaceful.
You can teach sex, man. Sex is one of the things they learn.
Right.
Yeah, you can't.
We're gonna do a role play around this mug. You know what I'm saying? I'll break the handcuffs or whatever we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? We gonna work on that. But at least I'm peaceful. I ain't gotta worry about the arguing and all that kind of stuff. I brought up the whole diaper thing earlier. Shoot, what if something happens later and she you know what? I would keep him on ventilators, but I don't really like him. Pull the plug.
I pull the plug.
Okay. Would you rather brush your teeth with hot sauce or with ranch dressing?
Definitely ranch dressing.
I'll take hot sauce.
Who said hot sauce?
I want some bleeding ass gums.
I do it with hot sauce. Who's got ranch?
Look,
you're gonna have all this gunked up ranch in your shit, bro. That's just
I got chives in there.
Dude, that's just gonna smell bad too. Your breath gonna stink.
My shit gonna be tangy. It's gonna be tangy though.
Yeah. Just eat some gum. I think you'll be better.
I'm like, baby, what you ate? A salad? Goddamn right.
That hot sauce was
Okay.
Louisiana hot sauce. Louisiana hot sauce.
Squeeze out that system, man.
All right. Would you rather your name be Little Caesar or Papa John?
Little Caesars all day. Yeah, I fuck with Little Caesars. They donate to the poor all the time, and they donate. They're just big with the community to give back.
Okay.
I love it when they call me Big Papa. Put your hand in the air. I'm going with Big Papa, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Papa John's son.
Papa John. What's good?
Hey, nobody like that cafeteria pizza?
Kevin, hey, they got some good sauce, man.
Hey, Little Caesars used to
I'm
get
talking about Little Caesars.
That's a damn show. They get you to some broke days.
Yo, I don't know.
Yeah. Leave the ball.
Cafeteria pizza ain't that bad. Shit,
Yo, I don't know. Like,
Tastes real good, don't it?
yo, El Paso Little Caesars is fucking trash, dude. It's so bad here. It's terrible. I feel like it's just in El Paso, though. I don't know why.
Oh no, they make their pizza out of cardboard.
Yeah, straight up.
Long lines.
Straight up, I'm not lying, dude.
All right. Would you rather cheat and be caught or be cheated on and never be told?
Cheat and get caught.
Yeah, I'd rather cheat and be caught.
Cheat
No,
and
you
get
know.
caught. You can fandangle your way out of some cheating, but the other person cheating, now I gotta kill you. Somebody gotta go. Somebody gotta leave this earth.
I mean, but you would never know about it.
That is true.
Yeah, but now I know about
intuition.
it.
And that's another thing. Why it always gotta be women's intuition? Men got intuition too.
Exactly.
Hey, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, men know. Like, if a man actually gets cheated on, and he know.
You gonna feel that,
He got
man.
that intuition. Like, he like, bruh. Like, something going on.
I feel like women to take that shit to the grave, though. You would
Oh,
never.
they'll take it to the grave.
Yeah, they'll take it to the grave, man. Die in bed. I love you. All right.
Would you rather be someone shorter than? Would you rather date someone shorter than you or taller than you?
Shorter.
Ain't nothing like Amazon.
I like Amazon too, though. You ain't lying.
Long legs.
Long legs.
One of the Meg Thee Stallion types.
Oh, I love me some Meg Thee. Oh man, hey, you going into another whole dimension now, man. Meg Thee Stallion. Except for her toes, I can't get with the toes, but Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Chris,
I'm gonna climb that tree, man.
Climb that tree, Chris. Climb that tree, man.
All right.
I have no choice, though. I have no choice. I'm over 6 foot, so
yeah, running like 6'9". He tall as hell.
All right.
Sure, I'll take it.
Bro, I'm 5'9". What the fuck?
I'm around that range, not that tall.
Would you rather have skin that change colors based on your emotions or tattoos appear all over your body despite what you did yesterday?
I'm gonna go with the emotions.
Yeah, I gotta go with the changing colors, man.
Yeah, that's me, bro. That's me all day, every day, twice on Sunday.
So I can tell my girl, you done pissed me off, right? I ain't even gotta say that. You can just look at me and be like,
I ain't gotta say a word.
Yeah, emotions.
Okay. Would you rather get hit on by someone 20 years older than you or 20 years younger than you?
Older all day.
Older.
Ain't nothing like a dragon, nigga, man. There's cougars and then there's dragons. Ain't nothing like a dragon.
We don't say older right now because our age. But when we get it up there.
look, I say younger.
I'm
42.
right now, yeah.
Like, I'm 42. I say younger because I don't need nobody that I gotta get they Bengay and all that kind of stuff together. So younger, definitely.
No, bruh. If I say younger, that means I'm going to jail, my guys.
Shit.
Right.
That's what I said.
That's what I'm saying. There's a limit here. Let's remember this. Let's keep this in mind, guys. Let's be smart about this.
Right. Hey, look, when I say younger, they graduated from college, so I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Man,
you're
ain't nothing
good.
wrong with saying, let me get your dentures. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Dentures for you, baby.
And they probably have good credit and
Yep.
nice cars. So
800 scores all day.
Okay. Would you rather date someone with bad breath or bad manners?
Bad breath. That's why they
have bad.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You got to go with the
That's why they
bad
take
Yeah, she
bad
got
breath.
bad breath. She got bad manners too, though.
But bad breath, like bad manners, just like everywhere we go, you just an ignorant motherfucker. Like bad breath is just like I can avoid you, I can dodge you. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, bad manners is gonna make you get knocked out at a party.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna take it up and be like, so who's this girl's guy? They're gonna point at you, and now you're
right.
So let's think about that. Yeah, why the fuck? It's not my fault.
Nah, I gotta hurt somebody.
Like say thank you, please. Shit.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having fun with me playing Would You Rather. We're gonna move on here on the podcast. You guys, it's time for a question of the week. I seen this question floating around on social media. Got all my guys here on the panel. Want to hear you guys' thoughts. Anyone here got kids?
I got 3.
Okay, 2 people got kids. Correct. All right. I want to give you guys your 2 thoughts on would you let your 16-year-old lay on you? I don't know if you guys seen the post on social media where a dad was chilling on the couch and his 16-year-old was laying on him. So I wanted to ask you, what is your guys' thoughts?
Now, when you say laying on his crotch area or on his shoulder?
I mean, he laying, on the stomach, like he holding like a little baby just laying on him.
Yeah, he was a 16-year-old kid. It was a 16-year-old boy. He was laying on his dad. He was asleep. He was knocked out. Nah. You know, like I get LJ be knocked out like right here.
Yeah, like I let that shit is cool to a certain. When you get up there in age, that ain't cool no more. You know what I'm saying? My daughter or my son, you don't lay, like if they come lay on my shoulder, that's something different. But you laying on my chest or my stomach, we don't do that. We definitely don't do shit like that.
Now we'll say this: like my son is autistic, so his development is like like maybe 4 or 5 years behind. So like I could see something like that in that type of scenario, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes those types of kids, when they have those disabilities, need, that, a little bit
more
comfort and things like that.
Yeah.
But if it's just, hey bro, I didn't want to lay on you, daddy. You know what I'm saying? Then you kind of be like, where your mom at? Go ahead and lay on her right.
There should just be like a pound limit. Like once you get to the pound threshold, that's it. Like that's it. You're too heavy. You're gonna hurt me. My back's already fucked up. Like I don't need more pressure and another fucking mass on me. So we're good on that.
Hey man, my son falls asleep playing Fortnite, and I tell him, get your ass up, go to your room.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't about to lay on nobody in this house, not even your mama. Get your ass up, go to your room. He 10. My daughter's 14, my son's 10, my baby boy finna be 2. My son is like twice as big as any 12-year-old. You get your butt up and you go to your bedroom and you lay down there. You're gonna break my damn shoulder. You're trying to lay on me, man.
That's what the bed's for, bro.
That's what the bed's for. You have a whole room.
You got a whole ass bed. Some people ain't even got a bed. You got a whole ass bed to yourself. Get your ass in there.
He falls where he wants. Huge.
Nope. Okay.
Linebacker.
That's what's up. But you guys, man, we're going to move on here on the 1130 podcast. Yo, it's time for the WTF moment of the week, you guys. I got, of course, a panel of guys. I'm going to go around the panel. You guys share what was your WTF moment of the week, something you may have seen, something may happen to you, or, So, whoever want to go first is cool.
I'll tell y'all what's always my WTF every week. Because I work in the car dealing industry, and I just want to throw some knowledge out there, like we always do. If you got a 300 to 400 to 500 credit score, don't be coming to my job trying to get a Dodge Charger, a Camaro, a Challenger, a Corvette, a Lamborghini, a Bugatti. I don't want to hear none of that. If you got a 300, 400, 500 credit score, and you ain't got no money down, and you ain't got no job. Keep your ass at home or go find you a job. Look, I try to give my people credit advice. Build your credit. Please build. It's one of the most important things you can ever do is build your credit. Learn how to build your credit. Go get you a credit card, but you got to be responsible and build your credit. You can get whatever you want to get. That's my WTF. It's every week because I deal with this every day.
Okay. Anybody want to go next?
Yeah, because know this, the most sanctified woman we know who got it all, got her OnlyFans. When I seen that, I was just like, I just said, what the fuck? Like,
Sanctified.
How and why? You know what I'm saying? Because from the outside, everything all good, and bro, she's very, very good looking woman. But then it just surprised me that she got a fucking OnlyFans. Like,
Yo, is she religious?
yes, very religious.
Dude,
Lord knows.
maybe she's selling God, bro. Who knows?
Wow.
No, you can be an OnlyFans selling butter. Nobody cares. Somebody for everybody.
She's selling Jesus on there.
Anybody want to go next?
Okay, I got one. So I don't know if you guys seen this. This one's actually kind of a little dated, but I cannot imagine this happening to me. So this says, man falls into rat-filled pit after sinkhole opens on New York City sidewalk.
Wow.
And he was there for like 6 hours, dude, just like laid out with a bunch of rats all over his ass because he fell through the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, dude. What the fuck is that, bro?
That sounds like a Mortal Kombat uppercut fatality. That's
No,
what that sounds like.
Yeah, and then the rats in the game would just eat your fucking body. But in this case, like, bro, they actually did start biting them. So that's crazy. So that's my what the fuck moment. Like, fuck that. Fuck rats.
Hell nah.
That's crazy. All right. Who next?
I'm right now. I'm on the final stretch of my course in my college class, and I just turned in the essay that I had to do. And my teacher is sitting in the back saying that she doesn't really understand what I'm doing, and so I just took that feedback and I just redid the whole essay. And I turn it in, and then I get another. She says, "Oh, this was good, but I could have went deeper into another topic. Topic on the essay that I had, but overall it's still good." And I'm like, "What the fuck? What kind of criticism is that? Like, tell me the area you're talking about, man."
Okay. Like some confusing stuff right there in class, man. That's
What the fuck, bro?
I got a B+ anyway, so it's fine.
Hey, there you go. That's all that matters, man. Get those credits.
Hey, man, look, I got to go with the NFL, man. It's my WTF moment. So, you know that Baltimore game got, like, postponed, like, 4 or 5 times in the last couple of weeks? Meanwhile, and they didn't even lose a whole position group. Denver had to play last week against my Saints without a quarterback. They had to go pick up a dude off the streets to say, "Hey, look, can you play quarterback? Maybe." Okay, good. You're in. They had to actually have their one of their trainers audition to be a quarterback, and the NFL wouldn't let them do it. Why is it that the Denver Broncos had to play a game without an entire position group, but they postponed, because Lamar Jackson was out, they postponed a NFL game 3 or 4 times? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, WTF.
That's crazy. I heard about that, and I was like, wow. The Saints they have no quarterback at all.
All about the quarterback.
It's because the Broncos are trash, dude. Nobody cares about the Broncos.
You know what?
Yeah. Outside of Colorado, that little fucking weird, that little area, nobody gives a fuck about the Broncos. Get them out of here. Trash.
That is very true. Nobody nobody would have watched that game.
Yeah, quarterback or not, they're not winning that game. Like, fuck it.
Right.
Okay. I go. My WTF moment, you guys. I got 2 of them, by the way, though. One was me and my fiance. We went out. We actually went to Walmart, and we went there. We weren't catching the city bus, of course, because of the coronavirus. So we caught Metro Access. Got there, coming back, and we were getting groceries, of course. So catching, this van. We got to pay service, for people who are in the wheelchairs and stuff. So on our way back, we about to get picked up because we pushed the time back a couple of, we did it like twice because we was like, we need more time. We're going to be in the store. We were looking for Christmas stuff and Christmas gifts. So on the time that, arrival, we about to get picked up. We on the way back in the house. So the Metro Access van pulls up. We got our cart with us. And the guy comes out and he just says, "Yo, I'm not picking you up. I'm like, why you not picking us up? But that's too many groceries. Bro, we're not asking you to do anything, bro. We got the groceries. We putting the groceries on the back of our chair. He just saying that, that's too many groceries and yeah, we can't pick you up. So the whole time the guy called dispatch. He goes around on the other side of the van and stands there for God knows how long, but just stands there. So me and fiance just on the line was just like, yeah, the guy just won't pick us up. He just saying we got too much groceries and stuff. This service is for us, to take us where we gotta go and stuff like that. And especially when we paying money, now how you gonna refuse us, bro? And then it's starting to rain out here. So now you looking goofy. But to mention the guy, nothing wrong with the guy. Nothing wrong with anybody who may be overweight or oversized, man. I love everybody. But the fact of the matter is my guy at least had to wear about 300 pounds. So his problem was that he could not strap us down because he couldn't, he couldn't bend over and he couldn't do what he did. So once the supervisor came, the supervisor just basically just said, it's okay, man, because he couldn't figure out what to do. And it was just like, really? WTF, man. That was a big WTF moment. And then it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. Crazy. Also, another WTF moment, man, here in DC, man. It's crazy, man. Really crazy stuff. It was a drive-by shooting, and it left a 1-year-old dead. And I thought it was really, really crazy, man. You got a lot of senseless killings going on out here, and you got guys just driving by and just shooting at people just for fun of it, just to say, I shot at this person, or I did this, or I did that. And now, believe a 1-year-old boy, shot and dead. His father was driving the car, and, of course, they had another child in it, but the 1-year-old just had a 1-year-old birthday. So, got shot and killed. So WTF, man. It's crazy, man. We got to do better than that. But, man, I appreciate everybody joining me here, man, on the podcast, on this panel, man. I appreciate my man Gator, Terry from the Get It Off Your Chest podcast, and all his boys, conversing with Chris. Chris, man, I appreciate you, man. Before we go, anybody, man, you got something you want to say? Any shout-outs, anything?
Nice to meet all you guys real fast. I'll definitely be checking into you guys' podcast for real. Gator, nice to meet you, man. Keep drinking that tequila, brother. I see you. I'm with you. I'm right there behind you fighting that good fight, man. Dre, I've fucking had a good time again, man. Thank you for bringing me on once again. Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, guys. If you guys want to go check that out on all platforms, YouTube, wherever you are, we are. So thanks again, dude. And I had a good time.
No problem.
Yeah, appreciate you for having us on, man, on the podcast. Appreciate you meeting you two fellas too, man. Like, really for blessing us with the platform, and we're gonna be sure to check y'all out. You never know, we may do some collabs in the future, so stay tuned. And make sure y'all go check out the Get It Off Your Chest podcast on all your streaming platforms. On all your social media. Hit us up. So you want to feature on the show, we got you. You got to promote something, we got you. Don't be scared, but once again, man, I appreciate you again for letting us on your platform.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you guys again for letting us on your podcast, and I'm gonna definitely check out Gator, Chris. Definitely check out your podcast. You can find me as Sweet Soul Brother on Instagram, Sweet Soul Gaming, and me and Terry's. This is Terry's Gaming Heaven. And that's our little origins.
Okay, cool.
Y'all know what it is, man. We get shit off our chest, whether it's been a day, a week, a month, a year. However we want to get off our chest, we get off our chest, man. Hit us up on all social media. I appreciate being on this All Guys panel, man. I appreciate the love. The energy was great. We shot the shit like we always do, man, and talked our shit as well. So hit us up on all social medias, like Cuzzo said, and just tune in, man. We here to stay, and hopefully we get some more collabos in the future. Nice meeting you, Chris. Nice meeting you, Gator. And we're gonna do our thing, man. Appreciate y'all for having us. I got choked up. I'm the one that don't get choked up. God damn it.
He said his feels, bro. I got you. I feel you.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm looking forward to checking out all of y'all work, man. I enjoyed this royally. Thank you, D, for having us on here. Make sure y'all check out the Down 5 podcast. Me and, like I say, my co-host Ralston. We try to give it to them raw as we possibly can. The most misogynistic podcast this side of North Kakalaki. That's gonna be every Saturday, and then of course Dope Discussions, which actually starts in about 2 hours here every Sunday night on YouTube, on Facebook Live. We try to give them that dough. So yeah, that was me singing the hook.
Vocals.
Yeah, exactly. Vocals. And if anybody wants to reach out to me for any voiceover needs, you can always holler at your boy. So yeah.
Oh man, cool.
Yeah.
No problem. Once again, man, I appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for joining me here on the podcast. Once again, don't forget to go check out the Conversing with Chris and Misa podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. Also, go check out Dope Discussions with Erica, Down 5 podcast. Man, wherever you get your podcast, man, dope podcast. Also, Get It Off Your Chest podcast, you guys. Once again, that's Get It Off Your Chest podcast. Go check them out and go subscribe to them on YouTube, man. Also, don't forget to check out the Little Dated Show on YouTube. Shout out to the producer, Mia of the show. Hopefully we get a season 2, but check out the Little Dated Show on YouTube. Once again, you guys, man, I appreciate everybody stopping past here on the 1130 podcast. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Wish the best. Everything you guys do, keep killing it, man. Once again, thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys joining me here on the 1130 podcast.
Yeah, we appreciate being here, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Yo, all my guys, man, appreciate you joining me here on the 1130 podcast. Oh man, it was a dope episode, man. From my man Chris, from Conversing with Chris and Misa, man, go check out his podcast. My man Gatorlive from the Down 5 podcast, and Dope Discussions with Erica. Always dope talking to you, man. And Terry and his crew with Sibo, and my man Rhyno. Appreciate you guys joining me here from Get It Off Your Chest podcast. Man, it was a dope time, man. Dope time to have all guys on the panel, to hear, their point of views about relationships and sex and everything, man. Just everything. It was a dope episode. Once again, I appreciate everybody, just chilling with me, man. Staying up, and just watching the show, man. For real, man. But, man, don't forget, you guys, to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Dre on Wheels. Follow the 1130 podcast on Instagram at the 1130 podcast. Like the 1130 podcast on Facebook. Subscribe, man. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Also, you guys, man, don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast Talk Pro Wrestling on Spotify. Also, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star rating, a review. Trying to get the 1130 podcast Talk Pro Wrestling up and out there even more, you guys. Also, if you'd like to be a guest here on the podcast, email me. The1130podcast at gmail.com. That's the1130podcast at gmail.com. Dope episode, man. From Terry, Rhyno, Sibo, Chris, my man, Gatorlive. Appreciate all you guys, man, joining me here on the podcast. We gotta do this up again, man. Gotta get Terry back on the podcast. Always dope chatting with my man Chris. More tongue-tied. It's exciting, man. It's really exciting. But once again, man, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Hope everybody have a nice and blissful night and a good day tomorrow and a great week. And see you guys, man, next week here on the podcast. And I'm out.